Hello, hello. This is Irene with SaugaTalks. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. We want these videos making the biggest impact in the world, all right? So please follow SaugaTalks, not just for Irene's ego and vanity. No, this is for my guests. This is for the large amount of people out there who really trying to learn what technology impact is having on us. I mean, what is it happening right now? As we keep hearing, world is not going to be the same anymore, all right? And here I'm so privileged to speak with extremely influential, bright people on the planet, around the globe, because the audience is global, right? The speakers are global, and I am trying to keep up with all the trends over here on SaugaTalks. So today is my day because Tim Hughes is with me. Tim, how are you?
I'm very well, Irene. Do you know, I am. I hype you. You are such a icon. You know, you've taken this podcast, and you know you have a number. You do it to educate people, and that is such a valuable thing. And you should win some sort of prize or something for it, because it's one of you've become a destination.
Thank you, Tim.
No, it's okay. Now I know this is about me, but I want to up front. I want to say, you know, when I got my new book out, I made a list of podcasts I needed to go on, and this was on that list because you are influential. This is a podcast that people turn to because you're honest. You delve into the. You know, I've watched many an interview, and you've made such a wonderful thing.
Tim, thank you. You
No,
just made my day. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you have you as everybody you've got to start somewhere, and you build it up and 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 you know it goes, you know, and you've turned it into something that you are what you've built is a case study on how you take podcasts and turn them into something, because what you've never done is sold. What you've always done is put the audience and your guest and the knowledge that they're going to bring at the forefront, and that is highly commendable. Thank you so much.
So true, so true. Listen to Tim, okay? This words from one podcaster to another, all right? So please join our joint community, because what we do here, Tim, you're absolutely right. We're collaborating. Okay, we're reaching out, you know, what is it, across the span, across the globe in many cases, right? To seriously to join the forces, to share the knowledge, because you have experience, I have experience, right? Our audience living through these times, trying to educate or even wrap their heads around some of the very pressing, very exciting trends we're seeing out there. All right. So let's just dive right in, because Tim, you've been on social selling for a long time, all right? And I know you're huge. It's not because, again, this is like my ball in my court. No. You're huge. You have your point of view on what social selling should be and what it is not right now, all right? And of course, in these times, I do want to talk to you about modern social selling, because we all seem to be, it's not just me being a creator in creative economy. I see solution architects, I see principals, I see executives, I see everyone around technology. That's the business I'm in, right? Understanding that, yes, social selling becoming the thing now. You cannot not be doing that. And yet people still frustrated, don't get it right. And experts like yourself, Tim, is huge help. So can you give us an update, what you see happening in 2023, modern social selling? What is it all about now?
I think that we've recognised, and it was accelerated because of COVID, that we've now moved online. We're comfortable about being online. You know, even my 85-year-old mother is used to, you know, Zoom calls and things like that. She ran her wine group, or 2 wine groups that she had over COVID online. She was told it would never happen, but she was able to do it. And I think we're now comfortable. We've got over all of those things. And what that means, that we've now moved over from being in the physical world to working in the digital world. And you know, one minute maybe we may be feeding the dog, and the next minute we pick up our mobile and we're in LinkedIn, and that's when we're in the digital world. And you will have spoken to people about digital twins, where you've got maybe a building where you've got a piece of software where you can build a digital twin of that building, and you can check for maintenance. We have the same thing of ourselves. So we have to now recognize that in the past it was called personal brand. And that kind of seems to be some sort of glorious thing that we can never we have a position on digital. We know it's there, and we have to look after it. Just as much as in the analog world, we turn up to meetings on time and we do what we say we're going to do. We also need to have a position within the digital world. And that means, so there's three things that we always recommend that people have. First and foremost is that you need to have what we call a buyer-centric profile. So this is a profile that's applicable to your buyers. This is not about you. A lot of salespeople think it is, but it's actually about your buyers. So we have situations, and this may not be the case so much for technical people, but I can give you an instance where it is, which is where, but most people, when you pick up the phone and you scroll through LinkedIn, you go boring. Oh, that's interesting. And what we need to be are the, oh, that's interesting. And what often we see is that people either don't look after their profile. There's 900 million people on LinkedIn. They're walking past your profile every day. In effect, it's your shop window. You want them to go, that's interesting. I never thought about that before. Or that person looks interesting, or whatever it is that you're trying to get over, or that person looks trustworthy. And so having that buyer-centric profile, and what that does, it provides transformation. Because classically, from a sales perspective, we go, I don't believe a word you say. I don't trust you. You're just going to try and sell me something I don't want. Whereas when we have a buyer-centric profile, people actually go, that looks interesting. And we have customers where buyers have gone onto social media, they've searched for something, they've seen an individual, and they've actually walked towards them and said, you look interesting. I think you can help us. Can we have a conversation? There's a conversation, which normal buyer selling conversation that's taken place for hundreds of years. And that's turned into a $2.6 million deal. So there are people doing $1 million deals by using social media. Now, whether you're, I had someone recently come to me who works for a big consulting company, and they said, we are not getting people coming to us and asking about AI. We know the competition has basically been asked in to present to the board to give a point of view, but we're not being asked in. And this is the issue. So these are not salespeople. This is a large consulting organization that should have a point of view, that should be being asked in. Now, transformational deals like this will be multiple millions or even billions. So the fact what's happening is, because they're not embracing their digital twin, because they're not embracing what they should look like across the whole of the organization, they're missing out on big opportunities and big opportunities to get in early and actually give their point of view to that organization. And that's one of the big things that people are missing out of. And because they don't have a buyer-centric profile, they are invisible.